Donald Trump's press secretary, Caroline Levit, just got absolutely obliterated and then bolted from the White House briefing room. It was a total humiliating lights-out defeat. White House Barbie, cornered on her twisted fantasy about the current government shutdown, did what all cowards do: fled the scene after being exposed in a rapid-fire string of absolute lies.
Our position is that it's completely unacceptable that the Biden administration paroled and encouraged an invasion of tens of millions of illegal aliens into our country and then promised them free health care.
Their core delusion that the Biden administration is paroling and encouraging an invasion of tens of millions of illegal aliens and promising them free health care. Let's be crystal clear. That is a statement so unhinged, so aggressively stupid that believing it should be a litmus test for needing a lobotomy. And the blinding irony: Trump, the architect of healthcare nightmares, blaming Democrats for taking away people's health. Smash that like button and subscribe to help us stop this tidal wave of toxic misinformation. Without further ado, let's dive into Levit's viral, most explosive lie that detonated in her face during the briefing.
Last night, we saw an extremely troubling incident where conservative journalist Nick Sorder was captured on video being taken into custody by the Portland police after he was ambushed by Antifa and was defending himself from these assaults. But instead of arresting these violent mob members night after night after night who are ravaging this community, the police arrested a journalist who was there trying to document the chaos, and everyone in this room should be extremely concerned about that. The Department of Justice spoke with that journalist this morning, and they will be launching a full investigation into his arrest. This incident is part of a troubling trend in Portland where left-wing mobs believe they get to decide who can visit and live in their city. It is not their city. It is the American people's city, and President Trump is going to restore that. I just spoke with the president about this, and he has directed his team here at the White House to begin reviewing aid that can potentially be cut in Portland.
She kicked off her attack with an extremely troubling incident: the arrest of conservative journalist Nick Sorder by Portland police. She claimed Sorder was ambushed by Antifa, defending himself, and yet the police, instead of arresting violent mob members, cuffed the journalist trying to document the chaos. She then announced with dramatic flair that Trump was considering cutting aid to Portland over this. Hold up, let's recap that insanity. Trump is going to punish a whole city because left-wing mobs allegedly attacked a right-wing blogger and the police arrested the blogger. It makes as much sense as when a geriatric big balls got pummeled by a teenage girl and Trump had to call on the National Guard to D.C. Any sentient non-Fox News watching Glunif can spot the derangement. But it gets even more nauseating when you see what actually happened to spark Neckbeard Nick's arrest. Watch this footage of Nick Sorder, the MAGA blogger who was supposedly fighting imaginary Antifa, getting arrested for disorderly conduct.
This is America! This is America! This is America!
Hey, you saw him.
This is America! This is America!
You don't all push me. Tell whatever fucking narrative you want. All of you have eyes.
This is America. This is America. This is why we need to get rid of illegals, because they don't know American laws, bro.
You know what? I'm not even illegal, bitch.
He's standing there screaming, "This is America." And then he proceeds to put hands on people and immediately scurry away like the spineless little shit he is, while his tub of goo buddy bellows the same idiotic mantra. Newsflash, dumbass. That's called assault in America. This is a MAGA chump who assaults a woman and then runs to the cameras to cry about it. And what did he tell Fox News? That he was on the ground, tried to swing, I missed, saw an opportunity to get up and get away. And then the cops arrested him.
So they threw multiple punches at me. They broke my camera by hitting that. So I was on the ground at that point. I tried to swing, I missed. I saw the opportunity to get up and get away. And that's when I went over to the police officers, which I thought, maybe they'd help me. But no, instead they threw me in handcuffs. This is going to backfire on them tremendously. It already is, okay? People knew that something out here stunk and that it was corrupt and that the police they take the side of the violent criminals that are here every single day, assaulting ICE officers, assaulting journalists. And then a reporter comes and, tries to embed deep within the chaos that's going in out here, and he's the one that gets arrested?
Oh, Neckbeard Nick. The police take the side of violent criminals, But somehow when you and your 3 pals get arrested for being violent, it's the cops and the non-violent criminals who are to blame. Your sheer lack of self-awareness is a national tragedy. And that this drivel is even reaching the Oval Office with Levit promising action is absolutely mind-boggling. The lies kept piling up, but the press corps delivered the ultimate truth bomb that made her run for the hills.
Is it the administration's position that hospitals should not have to treat people who come into the emergency department who are not here legally?
No, that's not our position. Our position is that it's completely unacceptable that the Biden administration paroled and encouraged an invasion of tens of millions of illegal aliens into our country and then promised them free health care. Democrats are on the record repeatedly stating that they believe illegal aliens should have health care benefits, free health care benefits in the United States of America. So that is a recipe for a disaster. Of course you're going to encourage a mass illegal invasion of our country, which is exactly what happened. And we've seen the unfortunate consequence of that, where American patients are being put last, where American patients are having to wait in wait rooms, where grandmothers and grandfathers are waiting hours and hours for care because they're being put behind the line to illegal aliens. And we don't agree with that. We don't support that. That's why the administration is desperately trying to fix it and deport the tens of millions of illegal aliens that the Democrats and the Biden administration allowed into our country. And we'd love to continue doing that work so long as the federal government is reopened. And there are many federal law enforcement agents and officers right now who are working without pay. That's unacceptable. The Democrats need to reopen the United States government, and we hope that they will do the right thing on the Senate floor in just a few moments. Thank you, everyone.
The question, is it the administration's position that hospitals should not have to treat people who come into the emergency department who are not here legally? Levit's evasion. And no, our position is that it's completely unacceptable that Biden promised them free health care. She painted a dystopian picture of American grandmothers waiting hours and hours for care because they are being put behind the line to illegal aliens. She could run, but she couldn't hide from the facts. None of that was true. America, they are lying to you. The proof? It's in the yellow cup of propaganda.
That's right, Fox. Propaganda. Mike Johnson, the entire right-wing propaganda machine, shut down the government over this one plastic cup. Not a program, not a national crisis, a cup. Because when you can't lead, you distract. This entire pyramid right here on the bottom is the entire Medicaid budget. And the yellow cup at the bottom is the only time, potentially, that an undocumented immigrant may get health care or care. And it's in an emergency. It's the mathematical equivalent of 0.004 of the budget. But now let's take a look at the top pyramid. That shows you the $100 billion paid in by undocumented immigrants annually. Props up Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, and so on. Benefits that they will never use because they don't qualify for.
The chainsaw to bureaucracy's final, insane lie. Levit tried to spin Trump's gleeful celebration of the shutdown, where he likened a Democrat to the Grim Reaper and saw it as an unprecedented opportunity to lay off additional workers, as just a little bit of presidential fun.
And you just said this is an unenviable choice, that this is an unfortunate consequence, but the president has described this as an unprecedented opportunity to lay off additional workers. He's posted a video likening Russ Vought to the Grim Reaper. So which is this? Is this an opportunity to fire more workers or an unfortunate consequence?
Look, the president likes to have a little fun every now and then, and I think both things can be true at the same time. The Democrats have given the administration this opportunity, and we don't like laying people off. Nobody takes joy in that around here, and if you think that, then I think that's very sad. You view the White House and our staff as wanting to put people out of work. Nobody wants to do.
We don't like laying people off. Nobody takes joy in that around here. Are you fucking kidding me? Shut up. Miss me with that bullshit. You people are the dismantle the DOJ heirs. You're the chainsaw to bureaucracy people. Donald Trump's entire pre-presidency mantra on The Apprentice was, "You're fired." How the hell is anyone supposed to sit here and listen to this dumbass spew this self-evidently insane nonsense and believe a single lick of truth? That's fucking insane. Now, more than ever, we need to get mad and get vocal. Drop a like, subscribe, and leave a comment so this video can cut through the noise. Unless we continue to hold this administration accountable, they will keep running and hiding like Levit and Trump are doing now. Thanks for watching from this channel. See you in the next one.
But before that video, ICE had abducted a protester, and said they would release the protester and then didn't. They put them into a van. And so about 50 of us were arm in arm demanding that person was released. And they tried to drive the van through us before tear gassing the crowd. If they are willing to do this to a congressional candidate on camera, what are they willing to do behind boarded up windows? The reason we're out there protesting in the first place is because the Broadview Processing Center, which is where ICE headquarters its operations in the Chicago area, is committing crimes against humanity. It is a processing center, so people are not supposed to be held there for more than 12 hours at a time. They are being held for days or weeks at a time, without beds, without hot meals, without access to hygienic facilities. One morning, I watched them march detainees into a van in the same clothes they were detained in, and we have no idea how long they were there. And ICE's response to peaceful protesters exercising their First Amendment rights is violence.